Hi Year 9, my name is Miss Clark and I'm going to talk to you today about GCSE Rs. So you might be wondering why study GCSE Rs, especially when you're going to be doing an hour of RPE a week anyway. Well, let me tell you, GCSE Rs is a really great subject to study. There's loads of different ways that beliefs affect behaviour across society. And one of the things I get asked about is why do I teach religious studies when I am not someone who is religious? Well, it's because I'm nosy. I like to see what people are doing and why they're doing it. So I like to know the reasons, the beliefs that are influencing their behaviour. Because it has a massive impact on our society. It has an impact on how we relate to each other as humans. It relates to how we kind of celebrate birth and remember those that have passed away and everything in between. If you're someone who's got questions about the universe, why we're here, and want to explore other people's views on that to help shape your own, then GCSE Rs is something that can help you with that. It can help you understand the world around you. We live in a complex society with lots of different ideas, and being able to examine other people's ideas and beliefs about how we live can help you make your own mind up about what you believe. Now, the other thing about GCSE Rs is that it really complements almost every other GCSE out there. It does work really well with history. A lot of the skills are similar, and the same goes with geography. They both study people and the world around them, and so does GCSE Rs. It also ties in really well with business studies because of the ethical aspect, and the literacy aspect works really well with English. And it also works well with child development because we do look at some of the issues surrounding the origins of life and the origins of people. That might work really well with that. Now, if you're thinking, well, what can it lead on to? Well, obviously A-level RS, but as well as that, it leads on beautifully to subjects like sociology and psychology. There's a lot of crossover between those, particularly sociology. It also complements students going on to study history and English. Basically, any GCSE that talks about people and ideas and encourages you to write about those, then if that's something that you're interested in, then GCSE Rs is the one for you. So a couple of bits of information about what we're going to study. So we have to look at Christianity as one of the options, and so we decided to go along with that, we'd look at Islam. Now, part of the reason for that is the fact that you've already studied a little bit of Islam in Year 9, so this just extends some of those beliefs and teachings and goes a little bit deeper into some of the practices. So you're not starting with nothing, you've already got some ideas, and it should just help you extend that knowledge a little bit further. The second component is the philosophy and ethics. So as well as looking at arguments for the existence of God and how God is experienced by people, we'll also look at topics like religion and life, which includes the origins of the universe. It looks at different religious and scientific ideas about how we got here, and also questions about how we treat the origins of life and how we treat the end of life as well, and if there's a right or wrong way about dealing with that. We also look at crime and punishment and the different causes of crime, different types of crime, and the different ways that we punish offenders, including the death penalty, and whether that is a morally right thing to do and whether Christians would agree with that or not. And then the final unit we look at is what human rights are, how they are valued in society, and how sometimes when they aren't, what that looks like. So quite a mixed range of ethics there. It is 100% exam based with 2 exams at the end of Year 11, one on the religions and one on philosophy and ethics. Now, the good thing about these exams is that there are only 2 skills they're looking at, knowledge and evaluation, and there are only 5 styles of questions, with only one of them being a mini essay. And it's very clear on how you answer certain questions, so there's a really simple structure for all of the answers, so you get to learn how to write really, really clear answers quite quickly. So if you're thinking about doing GCSE Rs, you might be thinking, well, what do I need to be able to do in order to be successful here? Well, one of the things that the evaluation questions help students to be successful is writing in P paragraphs. Great news, because you already do a lot of that anyway, so that'll be easy for a lot of you. Being able to debate and argue will be really useful here because you have to argue 2 different points of view, even ones that aren't your personal point of view. One thing that you need to be really good at is kind of connecting different ideas from across different religions, different ethical issues. You also need to be really hardworking, as with any GCSE, and be good at your time management. Now, I've put that in there because that is about your exam technique, and if that's not a strength at the moment, don't worry, I can help you on that. You need to be able to be analytical about different beliefs, including ones that you don't necessarily have, and be able to come to a judgment looking at all the evidence and looking at different arguments and deciding that is a strong argument, that is not a strong argument. If you have any further questions about the GCSE RS or the RPE, then do come and find me in EA2 and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Have a great day.